Hello, team. This is Coach Rick. I just wanted to make an example video of what maybe we can expect to see a few times throughout the season once we get our trace camera system up and going. So I'll be using some footage from the scrimmage this past Sunday just to break down a few things that I saw that I think we can improve on. So we'll be working on those things in the upcoming practices. So first, we're going to take a look at our 4-2-3-1 formation. So our opponent, Prior Lake, also played in a 4-2-3-1. So it's just a mirror formation. And what you'll notice right away is when we had the ball and we got the ball wide, we were able to create these 1v1 situations and create spaces kind of in behind the outside backs and the center backs of the other team. And also in between the holding midfielders and the outside backs of the other team. Now, one thing I thought we did a poor job of was exploiting these spaces once we had them. So what we'll be working on is different ways to kind of exploit the space. I think the easiest thing to do is once we create it, if we can drag the other team's outside backs out of position, especially on both sides, which I think is a little bit ridiculous considering the ball can only be on one side of the field at the same time. But it happened many times throughout the game where they felt the need to get touch tight to both of our wingers at the same time. And that just kind of left holes all over their back line. So the easiest thing our outside midfielders or wingers can do in this situation is we can drag them out of position, run into that space, and then we can play that ball into space. And now we're running into the space in behind toward the goal. Another thing I feel like we could have done a better job of is, if we get this ball in that central space, now we can create more space for our outside backs to overlap. Something we were starting to get good at in the spring and summer, but kind of lost our touch with that. But that's to be expected with, having a month off or so. So again, we'll just revisit some of our old drills and see if we can get that going again. As we saw on Sunday, it will be tough to create goal scoring opportunities, just trying to attack with the front three. So getting more people involved in the attack is going to be imperative if we want to create more goal scoring opportunities. Another thing I think we could have done a better job at was there were a few times where the ball came to the outside mid in these positions here. And then everything just got super congested. Either they tried to dribble at the other team's outside back, and maybe it was taking them a little while to do so. And then you just see kind of numbers starting to get congested, and there's not really a lot of space to do anything. Maybe give and go, something of the sort, but just really too many people in the same area. So maybe instead of staying out wide, dribbling in toward the middle to, again, give the outside back space to overlap, finding our attacking midfielder in a little pocket of space, and then playing the ball in behind to this highlighted area in the yellow. That way our outside back is now, in behind the back line in an area where perhaps they can put a cross in the box. This setup actually happened once. We weren't successful in getting the ball in behind, but there was a moment just before halftime where I believe it was Annika played the ball wide to Quinn, who was kind of already inside the field a little bit. Quinn played it to Winnie, and Katie had seen the space and started running. So we'll take a look at that clip later on. All right, let's take a look at some of the clips here. Good switch of play. It's a pressure. Well done. Things start to get a little congested. ball goes forward, doesn't really materialize into anything. If we just pause here as Annika gets the ball, we can kind of see those spaces in between the opposition's back line that we were just talking about. I think we get a better look at it here. This longer arrow here, again, that space in the middle. If Quinn makes that sprinting, dashing run in between that space and we play the ball straight through the middle, well, obviously she's going straight to the goal. Or even in the scenario now, if Annika looks up, I think both Winnie and Addison have space where if that ball gets played in there, either one of them can go through to goal. The shorter arrow here, if Quinn makes that run into the space in the middle, just right along the 20-yard line there, that'll give, I believe that's Fallon, some more space to overlap over there. Kind of toward the end of this year, when Fallon gets the ball, you can kind of see Quinn pointing toward the space where she wants the ball because there is a bit of a gap there. And the other team's defensive midfielder does a really good job of kind of sniffing that out. She sees where that gap is and kind of reads the danger. So she steps in there and kind of stops the possibility of us being able to play the ball there. And this is just a still frame of the same incident where by the time we're ready to play the ball into that space, well, the space is now gone. So a better option would have been to turn, work the ball the other way, see if we can get to the other side with some space to go forward. Another clip here.
They were just running over here. Oh,
okay. Some decent ball movement. Ball goes into the midfield out wide. Idea somewhat there. Only issue I would say here is it's the short pass that causes Quinn to come in field. It wasn't Quinn coming in field that then triggered the pass, which I think is what should be going. The players without the ball should start moving, and that'll give the person with the ball the right idea for, okay, what do I do with the ball next? Do they want it in behind in space, or do they want it short and to feet? And that play kind of breaks down.
Get pressure up, Bip.
You know,
Another example here. Again, idea is almost good. We do end up getting the pass off. Nothing serious materializes, but get the ball here. Maybe dribbling inside a little bit more toward the 20 gives us a little bit more space for the overlap for not forcing that pass in a tight space. And maybe we can produce more. This sequence I really like. It just shows really good ball retention. Good double team here. It slows down the counterattack. Little push from Nora there. Gently nudge off the ball. Lydia keeps it.
Turn Nora.
And we work to build possession together.
Well done.
Man, it kind of breaks down again there.
Correct. Come over here, Anders.
So again, we'll freeze right around here. And look at the space in between the two players involved here, the outside mid, that's Quinn and Annika. And then also the space, which you can't see too well. Maybe here's a better look between the center back and the outside back of the opposing team. In this scenario, the arrow on the blue here, the short one, the option for Quinn to move infield. If Quinn receives the ball there, obviously there's plenty of space, and then maybe we can look to play or combine with our forward or keep the ball moving to the other side. Or if she continues to sprint and we can get that kind of longer pass, which you see by the arrow there into this green circle, the area in behind, Now we're running in behind towards goal, but the pass was kind of
Correct.
neither, kind of just fell short there.
Take your space. Oh, great turn.
I'll take another look at that. Ball goes wide.
Oh, great turn.
Not a ton of space for us to work with there, but enough for Katie to see that there was a lane for her to move forward. Perhaps if Quinn would have come in field just a little bit more and put the ball a little further in front of Katie, could have done something with that situation there, but the ideas are good.
So we had to just take her lead.
And this is that situation we were highlighting earlier in the graphic on the board. Where the outside mid comes infield just enough and then uses the attacking midfielder to draw in the defenders, and the outside backs gets to run in the open space. And again, the final pass was better from Winnie there, maybe on the ground and further in front. We could create something from this situation. This was a really good sequence here. Another switch of play. Start pretty narrow here. In the run we see from Maya here, who ends up being offsides when she gets the ball, is either called an underrun or an underlap. So I think everyone's pretty familiar with, the ball going to the outside midfielder and us running around them on the outside. However, Maya is pretty intelligent here and sees that there's still space between the defenders and just books it straight through it there. So in this situation, we have the space in behind inside the box. If we can get that pass just around the corner there for Maya to run into, now we're looking at either a cross or a shot on goal. But that pass didn't come early enough. So just communicating, reading the space, and trying to exploit it a little bit sooner. But really good run from Maya there. Even though in a situation I don't see how we were able to create that space, if we didn't start very wide to begin with, still almost made something out of nothing there.
She was offsides, yeah.
So just a few things we'll probably be working on the next few practices. So hopefully more to come.